Hey, speech students, Mr. Patterson back. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our lesson this past week. And what I wanted to talk to you about was some of the topics that you mentioned on our discussion board. What I did was I went in and read our discussion board and kind of chicken scratched the most popular topics. And believe it or not, the most popular topic for this week's discussion was leadership. Makes sense because two of the major driving forces of the first chapter were communication and leadership. But leadership is going to come up over and over again in this class. And so I would like to take some time to give you my take on leadership because basically the book went through three styles of leadership: autocratic, laissez-faire, and democratic. And I'm not going to go into those definitions right now because I think you understand those. But the point that I would like to make is that most of the time we pick our favorite type of leadership and we stick with that. And oftentimes that doesn't work because leadership is situational. So let me give you an example. Say you're in a battle and the enemy is attacking. You wouldn't want laissez-faire leadership because somebody would say, well, just do what you want. Or even democratic leadership because people would say, well, let's vote on it. Now the enemy's attacking and you're saying, who wants to fight and who wants to run? And then 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't work that way. So in this case, autocratic, somebody giving the order and telling you what to do is going to work best. And I think you can apply that to these other forms of leadership. If we look at teams, for example, like a football team, well, the autocratic leader, in the case of the Dallas Cowboys, is Jerry Jones, but it should be the coach. And the problem with that is the coach isn't out on the field. So he can send messages to the players, but when it comes time to make the actual play, there are leaders, generally the quarterback, and he has position power to give orders. But let's say it's a backup quarterback or a rookie quarterback, and people aren't listening to him in the huddle. Maybe a seasoned veteran like Jason Witten. I know he no longer plays for the Cowboys, but like Jason Witten starts showing his leadership by listening to the new quarterback because they're all working together. And so autocratic leadership in the team huddle doesn't work as well as maybe democratic leadership. In the end, what you're looking for is some type of consensus, which is a major majority, where every party has compromised a little bit and the whole group, including the leader, has come to a conclusion that this consensus works for all. The next point I would like to make is I don't think the text did a really good job on the idea of coding a message. Now, they did talk a little bit about it, but you can see here I have the diagram from the text, and it doesn't include encoding, which is our gesture, our posture, our vocals, the rate at which we speak, if we take a pause, if we emphasize a certain word. That's all encoding to help the receiver or the listener understand the message. And then the receiver has a responsibility to decode the message and let the sender know that they understand. So let's just take one quick example. I'll use the words, this class is a good class. And I put that in a monotone, so it's hard to know what I actually mean. But if I pick up a textbook from the class and I say, this class is a good class, I'm telling you, take the class. But if